Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amber, and this is day one of Vlogmas. And it's not a vlog. If you're not aware, Vlogmas is basically just where YouTubers like to torture themselves by having a new video out every day from December 1st to December 24th. Will it happen every day for 24 days? We'll find out. In this Vlogmas, you're gonna see different recipes. We'll do a few sweet treats because it's Christmas, and I have got the best brown butter chocolate chip cookie recipe that you absolutely have to try, and I'm absolutely gonna be sharing that. But most of this is gonna be healthy, lifestyle related content, like reviewing the Alive by Whitney app. I'm starting that tomorrow. Come back tomorrow and you'll see a little bit of review of my day one, and I'm just gonna film a lot of it, I'm assuming, because it gives me something to do for the next 24 days. So hopefully you really want to see that. I haven't seen any reviews whatsoever of the beginner program on her app, which is confusing to me. So I'm here to do it. We might have some try on hauls, not sure yet. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope that you enjoy it. The holidays are a crazy busy time for all of us, and I find that it's easiest if I have my dinners, a couple lunch and breakfast options already planned out. I love using that weekly planner in the WW app. So if you haven't used that yet, give it a go. I gave it a tutorial on my new WW Plan Plus tutorial video. I will link that in the description box below. All the recipes are written out as well as linked to the WW app in the description box. So whether you're on WW and want to use the link, that's there for you. But if you're not, you still have these recipes because, hey, we can all be on a healthy lifestyle and be on different journeys, different plans. Some of you are on the healthy app. Oh, I think a lot of you are actually on the healthy app too, which is very similar to WW. It uses bites instead of points, but I wanted to make sure you had access to these recipes as well. So there you go. We're gonna get straight into it. Day one, I'm going to have egg salad. This is a super simple recipe. You hard boil 6 eggs. You mix it up with things like a little bit of light mayo, non-fat Greek yogurt, and seasonings like dill, paprika, garlic, salt and pepper, and then store it in the fridge. I would not make more than 3 days worth of this recipe just because I'm not sure how the egg would store in the fridge. So 3 days is about my max of what I'll do for this. And honestly, I'm kind of tired of eating the same thing after 3 days anyway. So I'm gonna have that for 3 days. I'm going to toast up 2 pieces of bread. I have found this Pepperidge Farm Light Style 7-grain bread. Yeah, 7 grain. It's 45 calories each. Use whatever kind of bread you like. For me, bread is just a vessel to get things into my mouth. So I'm not very particular. I like this bread, it's fine. So I'm gonna have 2 pieces of this toasted. I'm gonna top it with my egg salad. Probably add a little spinach underneath the egg salad because I just think it's a good combo. I'm gonna have a side of fruit. I'm wondering, I was talking to my husband about this last night and he thought it was really strange because I said, it's harder when summer's over because there's not as much fruit as I like. And he said, Amber, you can get pineapple and cantaloupe all year long. So I don't really understand that. I said, yeah, but isn't it like not as good when it's out of season? Like, isn't it not as sweet? And he just looked at me like I was crazy. And then I was thinking, am I crazy? I mean, I know technology's changed. Maybe with like the greenhouses and stuff, maybe it's fine now. Maybe I've been depriving myself for no reason. Please leave me a comment down below if I should try these fruits now that it is out of season, because I love pineapple and cantaloupe and watermelon and all the things. It makes it way, way easier if I have access to more options of 0 point foods. So let me know what you think. Did I breathe for like 3 minutes? So with the egg salad and 2 pieces of my toast and some fruit, we're looking at a 3-point breakfast for 3 mornings. Then we're gonna have lunch, which is an Instant Pot white chicken chili. This is super simple again, because that's how I'm trying to live my life, especially for breakfast and lunch. This is basically, you pour everything into an Instant Pot and cook it for 30 minutes. Then you stir in some light sour cream. Now I did change this recipe just a smidge because the original recipe called for creamed corn, and I used the creamed corn last time and it was delicious. But last time, regular corn wasn't free for me. So I changed it to regular corn, and this is now only 2 points per serving. I might choose to have things on the side with this. I'm not really sure. I don't get super particular about making sure I have every single thing planned. I basically just want to know what my bare bones are. So these are all points for what I'm gonna have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm gonna add in things like extra vegetables, extra snacks, protein smoothies, things like these that I can just add on the day depending on my hunger, but I know what the main chunks of my points are going. That's just helpful for me. I do use my weeklies, and if I have activity points, I use those if I'm hungry. I follow my hunger cues. You should do the same. Just because this is what I'm eating does not mean I'm saying that this is what you should eat. This is just a tool. This is just to be helpful and give you some inspo. Maybe you didn't have time to plan your week out. And so that's what this is for. And then on to dinner for day one is chili lime shrimp tacos. This, I mean, how many times can you say super simple? Especially if you get already peeled and deveined shrimp. That's half the work. So this is basically just gonna toss some shrimp with some olive oil, add chili powder, some salt, grill them up. You're gonna squeeze some lime, have some avocado, add cilantro if you like. I used corn tortillas because that's what I prefer. If you get the extra thin corn tortillas, they're 1 point per tortilla. I was like, take 5, couldn't say that, which makes 2 shrimp tacos 6 points. I'm gonna add a side of maybe refried beans since they're 0 points, and then probably a side salad. There's a Bolthouse Farms yogurt, not avocado ranch, I don't know, salsa ranch maybe, Mexican vibes on the Bolthouse Farms, can't remember what it's called. If I add that side salad with that yogurt ranch, that makes my dinner 8 points and brings my whole total for the day to 13 points. I get 23 points a day. Like I said, this 13 points isn't everything I'm gonna eat throughout the day. These are just like the skeleton. So I know where the majority of my points are going, and then I can fill in with things like creamer, snacks, all the things, all the things. We don't starve ourselves here on this channel. So on to day 2, we're gonna have the same breakfast and lunch, which is 5 points for both of those. And we're gonna have a pecan crusted chicken. I got this recipe from Whitney Simmons. If you can't tell, might have a little girl crush on her. I've been following her for years and years and years. Very excited to try her app tomorrow. But this was on one of her What I Eat in a Days. Now the chicken itself is higher in points. It's 8 points for 1 chicken breast because it has pecans, honey, a little bit of butter, some panko. But it's really, really flavorful and really good. And I'm gonna pair that with roasted green beans, which are 0 points, and 3 points worth of potatoes. So I'm still gonna get a hefty amount of dinner for only 11 points. This brings my total for day 2 to 16 points. And that's not bad because then I have plenty of playroom. And like I said, I am not afraid to use my weeklies and my activity points. Day 3, this is the last day we're gonna use that same breakfast and lunch combo because again, I don't want to eat anything more than 3 times in a row. Just not my style. I have a really low point dinner planned for this night. I'm using turkey sausage. If you are in Texas, HEB has a really, really low point turkey sausage that has really good macros. So the fat's low, the protein's high. I think it's called Heritage. If you're not fortunate enough to live in Texas with an HEB, Eckrich Farms has turkey sausage, or you can have chicken. You can pair whatever protein you'd like with it. That's just what we're doing. My husband really likes sausage, so I make it about every other week because it's easy for me and it keeps him happy. With that, I wanted to try a corn fritter recipe that's on the WW app. So I'm gonna give that a try. It's 0 points for 1 corn fritter, or you can have 4 for 1 point. So I'm probably gonna have somewhere between 1 and 4 fritters for 1 point. Probably gonna have 3 points worth of sausage, and I'm going to make my cabbage. I have a short already on how to make this cabbage. It's so good. If you think you don't like cabbage, try this once. It gives you a big old pot, so then you have options for lunch and things like that. I'm a weirdo, and if I have extra veggies that are roasted or something, I also like having that as a snack because it tastes good, makes me happy, filled with fiber, why not? So my breakfast and lunch is 5 points, and then my dinner is 5 points. So that's only 10 points I have planned out for this day, which means, you know, maybe a glass of wine, maybe some froyo. Like, we got options. And there's definitely gonna be some air popped popcorn now that I have that bowl I showed you on my last What I Eat in a Day. That thing is amazing. The silicone bowl, you just put it in the microwave and it pops. I know that like that's always what happens when you put it in the microwave, but it just feels different. It hits different from that bowl. All right, day 4, we're switching up our breakfast and lunch, and we're gonna have this same breakfast and lunch for day 4 and day 5. So breakfast. I'm trying to get more protein, especially with me gonna be doing this, you know, more intense workout. I have a feeling my muscles are gonna need all the protein. So I'm gonna be having some breakfast tacos. You've seen me make this like a lot if you watch any of my What I Eat in a Days. First, I toast up some extra thin corn tortillas. I normally do 2 of them because that's what my hunger normally is. If you toast them up in your pan first, it dries them out and creates a more stable crust so that you don't have breakage all over you. Also scramble up eggs with some salsa. You can add cheese, you can add veggies. If I have some bell pepper and stuff like that, sometimes I add it, sometimes I don't because it makes it take longer. And I'm not a morning person, so sometimes I don't and just add the salsa. Either way, these tacos are gonna be 2 points. And then I'm gonna have a turkey sandwich for lunch because I already have all that stuff here. You saw my 1 point bread. I'm real basic when it comes to sandwiches. I don't like a lot of stuff in it, okay? If you like adding lettuce and tomato and all the things, please do. I just don't like it. So I literally have bread. I smear this garlic and herb. I do half on one piece of bread, half on the other, and I put turkey in the middle and I eat it. And it's 4 points and it's good. And it took me like a solid minute. So that's how I like my turkey sandwich. With that, I'm gonna have a side of fruit and some roasted carrots because I love roasted carrots. Just peel them, slice them, bake them on 400 for like 20 to 30 minutes. Make sure you add a good amount of salt and pepper on there and they are so good. So I'm gonna make a big batch of that and then just have it for lunches and snacks throughout. Because again, I like just snacking on veg. Now dinner on day 4 is going to be an oven baked Parmesan chicken, which I got from here. This is a HelloFresh recipe that we had and loved. And yeah, if you ever do those meal prep services, just save your cards because yum. The recipes are really, really good. I literally don't remember ever having something I'm like, I don't like this. Not once, so maybe one day I can have it again. This uses chicken cutlets. You're gonna pat them dry. You're gonna make a little panko Parmesan seasoning crust, add a little olive oil, smear some light sour cream on top of the chicken. I know that sounds weird, but really it just, when you put the crust on, pat it down, it holds together. Just kind of fortifies the whole thing so you don't have crust falling off everywhere. Adds a little fat. It's delicious. Bake it. You can bake this on the same tray that you throw some broccoli on. Just toss them some olive oil, salt, and pepper. Bake it all together and delicious. I'm gonna be pairing this with the pre-made tub of mashed potatoes that you get in like the market area because I don't wanna make mashed potatoes. I picked this recipe because it's easy and that kind of goes out the window if you have to make homemade mashed potatoes. So you do you. Whatever makes you happy. Parmesan chicken is 4 points per chicken breast. Normally a serving of those mashed potatoes are 5 points and then broccoli is 0 points. Now, sometimes I count olive oil and sometimes I don't. It kind of just depends on the situation. If I have a recipe that I'm adding into the recipe builder and it calls for olive oil, I absolutely track the olive oil. But if it's something like this broccoli where I'm just gonna drizzle some on and bake it, I probably won't count the olive oil because I got blood work done and the only thing that came back not normal was my good cholesterol. And so I was encouraged to eat more fats. If you've been on WW, you're aware. Fats can take up quite a bit of your points. So sometimes I just don't track it because I know I need to eat it. And if I have to take points, sometimes it makes me a little bit less likely to do that. Now, olive oil is the only fat I'll do that with. Olive oil and avocado oil, because those are both very healthy fats. Now, if I do anything like butter or coconut oil, something that's saturated, I don't follow the same rules. So transparency there. This whole day is 15 points, which still gives me 8 points to play with. And the last day, day 5, like I said, we're having those same breakfast tacos and turkey sandwich with fruit and carrots, a total of 6 points. And dinner is going to be a lasagna soup. Someone shared this on the Connect app a couple weeks ago, and I threw it in my weekly planner because I didn't want to lose it. And I just never got around to making it. I never bought the stuff. So this week is the week we're gonna try that lasagna soup. It's 2 whole cups for only 5 points, which is great. I might pair it with French bread or a side salad. I've got options. And I always like to have like extra frozen vegetables here. So if I want to add something to the side of any of this, I can. I planned on having a side salad with this. So I tracked croutons and the dressing. So that'll be a 3-point side salad with my 5-point lasagna. That makes this whole day 14 points. So this is what we're eating this week. I hope that this was helpful. Maybe you choose 1 or 2 things to try. Maybe you just follow along and say, thank goodness I didn't have to plan what I'm eating this week. I'll see y'all tomorrow. And I'm very excited and also very scared because this is a beginner workout program. And it's already a lot more than I've been doing for the last 6 months. So I have a feeling there's going to be some soreness. But we're excited. I'm going to Mexico in April. So, like, gotta get my stuff together. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. And the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. You're gonna get sick of me.